What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Disconnected Gamers Podcast, episode 74. I am one of your hosts, Andrew. With me, as always.
Yes, your boy.
Let him know. Let him know.
It's your boy. It's your boy, Mike.
Nice. We are back. It is Tuesday, August 16th. I have a lot to talk about, but I feel like I talked about this before. Did I tell you that I got a new phone? Did we talk about
Yes.
this?
Briefly.
I still think it's awesome.
Well, if it works better than your previous phone,
Oh
yeah.
God. Well, I had the iPhone 5C, and that thing was. I think a StarTAC would have actually been a better phone than the 5C. But yeah, I finally I got the SE, which is basically just a 5S with a 5S body, but the 6S guts.
See.
So it's fucking fast as hell. And I got the 64 gig model because 16 is just a fucking joke.
Right.
So I can actually like have music and like pictures and stuff on my phone. It's the jam.
Right.
Everyone gives me shit about it though. They're like, "Why'd you get the small one?" And I'm
Yeah,
like,
one
"Cause I want to
stupid
be
new
able to
thing.
not sit on it and bend it in half."
Right.
Not
That
like
not
I
look
have a
like
big, not like I have a big ass, but like I just don't want to sit on my phone and then be like, "Oh shit, it just broke."
Right. No, yeah.
Not about that life.
Right.
So yeah, so I got the new phone. PAX West is roughly 2 weeks away.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Let's
gonna
get
be
close.
lit, I think is what the kids say these days.
They're saying too much.
I think they're saying less than they ever used to. You know,
Give it a
because
few
they're like
months.
it's sus, right? They can't even say suspect.
Yeah.
Um, so or dope, perhaps. Perhaps PAX West will be dope. Big news for me is that I will be moderating not one but two panels
Oh,
this year.
snaps.
So and I'm like super excited about it because it's not the like, oh, let me toot my own horn thing, but I put together both of them.
Oh,
So
snaps.
the first panel is we're redoing the positivity panel from PAX East. So
Mhm.
for anyone that's listening that was at PAX East or heard about it, whatever, we're basically just gonna do this panel again at PAX West. We have a slightly different crew this time. And by slightly different crew, I mean one person is different. So, so so Craig from Able Gamers is back. Steve from Stack Up is back. I'm back. My friend Jason, unfortunately, will not be with us at PAX West.
Ah.
But Amy from Leaping Tiger, the
Ooh.
gaming app, we interviewed them on episode 71. Theo from Leaping Tiger. Amy, who's like she's the co-founder, she will be on the panel as well. So
Sweet.
it is called How We Find Positivity Through Gaming Part 2. And effectively, we're just going to repeat the message that we did at PAX East for PAX West. If you're going to be attending PAX West, it is Friday, September 2nd at 12:30 p.m. So it is one of the first panels on Friday. It is in the Chicken Theater. Which hotel or area that is at, I could not tell you. I just know that generally speaking, the names usually the letters relate to where it is. So like Sasquatch, which is where the other panel I'll get to in a second, that's the Sheraton because it begins with an S. So
Ah.
C, I don't know what C is for chicken. Um, I assume it's one of the hotels that begins with a C because the difference between East and West is that East, everything is self-contained in the Boston Convention Center. West has a two-floor expo hall that is attached to the Grand Hyatt, but a lot of the like conference halls in the adjacent hotels are where a lot of the panels are held. So
Nice.
like you have to kind of walk around more of Seattle to get to different
Mhm.
panels, but the expo hall itself is contained in one area. Which is it's a pro and a con in my opinion because for people who necessarily don't want to travel ish,
Mhm.
um, you might not be able to make it to a certain panel time wise because you might have to like walk 10 or 15 minutes away from the expo hall.
Right.
So that part. And then it's like if you want to just like jump back into a line of something, or you would like book the PSVR demo or something like that, like you might not make it back in time because you really
Right.
wanted to see a panel, which just means you have to leave early. But
Yeah,
so there's that. So that panel, it's gonna be fun. I'm really excited to bring that message again. And I know that a lot of people are like, oh, you're not that positive. No, it's doesn't matter if I'm not that positive. I want everyone else to be positive.
yeah,
I'm
no,
I'm
exactly.
allowed to be I'm allowed to be a bastard. Not really, but uh, that's what that panel is. So I'm moderating that one as well, which it's just gonna be fun. It's a good time. The other panel that I'm doing is called Destiny on Twitch: Why the Community Rocks. That one is also Friday, September 2nd. It's at 11 a.m., so it's one of the first panels of PAX West.
Mhm.
And that is Sasquatch Theater, which I believe is the Sheraton, which is directly across the street from the Expo Hall. And so that panel is going to be super fun. I've got a bunch of Destiny streamers and someone from Twitch. So Liger313, he's Destiny streamer.
Mhm.
He's going to be on the panel. Vio, who is Trust the Cake. Her Twitter handle is at Trust the Cake, but I believe her Twitch is just twitch.tv/Vio. She's a partnered streamer, primarily focuses on Destiny. She's going to be on the panel. Hassan, who's actually, he works at Twitch in like partnerships
Ooh,
and administration. He's going to
nice.
be on the panel. His Twitter is at backwards ninja. And then Dubstash558, who is another Destiny streamer, non-partnered. Uh, he's going to be on the panel, and then I will be moderating the four of them. And
Nice.
effectively, this is similar to the positivity panel. It's just talking about like how these communities are really overall positive, right? Like, and when I
Mhm.
look at the Destiny community and I think of all the friends that I've made and all the connections and all the people and all the things that have happened because of this community, like that's exactly the message that we're going to basically help reiterate. And it also will include helping people build communities. So
Mhm.
if you are a non-partner streamer and you want to do the grind and go for full partnership, we want to also help kind of get people facilitated in the idea of like good practices, good methods, and even those who don't want to necessarily go for partnership or maybe just haven't hit it yet, like how you can
Right.
help, how you can help promote yourself and network within the community to kind of build a support network basically.
Nice.
So
It's always good.
that's yeah, that one's gonna be dope. And that panel came out of this panel in particular came out of PAX East last year as well. So Triple Rec was on a panel with a few friends of mine, and
Mhm.
so that I went to go see it, and it was me and Baby Powder, who does um, Pokemon streaming,
Nice.
and he was an MVP too. That was kind of like that's how I've known
Oh, gotcha.
BP as they call him. That was how I knew
Mhm.
him for like the longest time. And so we finally got to meet at PAX East, which was awesome. And he was like, "Oh man, Triple," because him and Triple used to play Uncharted 3 all the time and do YouTube videos
Mhm.
and stuff. And so I was like, "All right, cool. Let's go to Trip's panel." Like I was like, "I bet you the line's going to be pretty big, but I think I can, you know, do the shuffle and get us in." So
Right.
like we went over and like the line wasn't terrible, but I was just like I went up to one of the enforcers and was like, "Hey, um are they inside? Like is Triple and Trey and all and are they inside cuz I'm friends with them and I wanted to come by and say hi just before the thing started." And they were like, hang on a sec." So they were like, "All right, come in with me," and like walked in, and the enforcers was like, "Do you know these gentlemen?" And they like looked over and they were like, "Unfortunately, yeah." And I was like, "Oh, you fuckers." Um,
Nice.
so we were hanging out, and then at the end of the panel was when I met. Liger and Dub, and then that was when we went over to play Uncharted 4, and it was me with the devs versus Triple, Baby Powder, Dub, and Liger, and we obviously, the dev side, won because duh.
Right.
And so we were just all hanging out and talking, and they were like, "Man, I'd really love to do a panel. It seems so awesome." And I'm like, "Okay, what do you want to do it on? Like, let's figure it out." Like, I'm totally down to either help you guys get what you need or like put something together with you. And so what ended up happening was we kind of came up collectively with like an idea about Destiny, and I was like, all right, here's what I've got. Let's, put this all together. And, sure enough, we, applied and got approved, and I was like, cool. So,
Nice.
so that's going to happen. And like Dub and Liger are thrilled. VO, she's thrilled because she's never done a panel before. And I think it's just going to be a really fun time. So if you're a Destiny fan, if you're into that,
Definitely go check it out.
yeah, I would say come by, say hi, say hello, talk to the people.
We'll see the people.
Which ironically, as we say that line, I just bought a new pair of shoes for PAX. Just to buy some shoes.
Just walk around, money.
You feel me? Kate, never been about playing no shit, but well, so the last time I bought shoes was for PAX West or PAX Prime because now it's called West. So they're over a year old now, and I'm like, yo, it's time to go. It's time to upgrade. Because I'd got them in like April of last year, which would have been, I guess, either right before or right after PAX East, and it's time. Especially now because at work I'm on my feet all day, so like I think I just accelerate how fast I wear out my shoes. Because I usually have them for like a year and a half, and like now I'm like just over a year, and I'm like, nope. Feet are starting to bug me. I'm out.
Right.
But it's also cool because now I got that greenbacks, so I can buy myself shoes.
Right.
I got that walking around money, right? So that was where I'm at. So that's PAX West stuff that's been going on. It's like super exciting because we're getting so close to it. And then I found out like last week, your boy Avery's going to PAX West.
Heard about that.
Yeah, Actor Amin. He's going to be there. So I'm so psyched because I'm going to get to meet him for the first time ever. It's like you're the only one from the crew that I haven't met yet, bruh.
Nope.
I met CJ, met Cody. I'm going to meet Avery. I met Nicole. I haven't met Jimmy.
True.
I haven't met Jimmy. But
soon.
And then all the emails, all the PAX West emails are like coming in now, which is weird because Gamescom is happening right now. So I would think that it would all be like Gamescom stuff.
Right.
Gamescom kind of flew under the radar this year. I feel like.
Yeah, like.
Not that big a deal.
Right. I don't want to say I forgot about it, but yeah, like no one's like, oh my God, it's Gamescom. Like no one's really saying anything.
No, not that I've. I mean, I think today is the first day, maybe.
Oh, so there's no exciting announcements.
So yet. I don't think anything is really.
There's no hype.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense then. Give it till like tomorrow or something, and everyone's like, oh my God.
Oh, I'm sorry. The public. Oh wait, here we go. Gamescom's entertainment area will be open to all visitors from the 18th to the 21st. God, it's when they do the dates where it's like day, month, year, and I'm like, what? There's no 21st month of the year. August 17th is for trade visitors and the media. Okay, so that's tomorrow. So technically.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
Yeah. As a private visitor with your ticket, you have the opportunity to visit the entertainment area from the 18th to the 21st. Okay, so there we go. So it hasn't started yet, effectively.
Okay, then that's why.
But my thing was like, it's weird to be getting all these PAX West emails, but a lot of them are just like Gamescom / PAX West. So it's like, if you're going to be at either, just message us. So I'm like, all right, cool.
Nice.
I'm trying to get my rematch of Gang Beasts with Greg.
Right,
I
right,
had tweeted at him a couple days ago, but I think I'm just gonna tweet at him again and be like, "Hey, so it's got to happen, bro.
right. You know, you're going down, right?
One of us has to win, all right? And there can't be no forfeit. We can't forfeit by like a technical because I happened to be late because I was running back from the like can't be like that.
Nope.
So, but yeah, so I've already been getting emails and trying to schedule some things to see some games, and it's pretty exciting. I mean, this is like the fun part of like this would be like the best thing in the world if like your job was to just go to gaming conventions all day long and interact with like people,
Right? Talk to all the people, get the
right?
inside info.
I mean, it's not even inside info. Like some of it's like it's the games have been released and they're just like making sure people know
Right.
about it.
Or more so some that are like, hey, we didn't say anything, but
Yeah,
blah 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 blah.
exactly. Like so that part's really exciting. I'm stoked to see developers that I met years
Mm-hmm.
ago and see like how far along they are or
Catch
whatever
up.
their new game is or just people that I've met. It's like always fun to bump into these people and like your Twitter BFFs and then like they become real BFFs. It's only for like 4 days, but
Yeah, still
I do like that. I'm really glad that PAX West is always 4 days versus PAX
the
East
three.
being
Yeah.
just three. Just because I
Mhm.
think that affords you a little more time to kind of to see everything and do everything.
Yep.
So I know
Is
a lot of
this?
people leave on Sunday because it
Mhm.
goes from
Oh
Friday to
yeah,
Monday, but like I
you leave
like
early Sunday.
yeah, like some people leave Sunday night or Monday morning, and so and I'm just like, well, I'm gonna hang out and do stuff and go play games and talk to
Right.
people.
Let's say, is this one more packed, or did you like even it out where you have time to see the friends
Have
and
not.
then work?
I've only tentatively scheduled like three things so far, so I'm gonna make sure that I leave
Gotcha.
myself because I keep doing that where I'm like, oh, I won't go see a million things, and then by the time I'm done, I'm like, fuck, my schedule's packed.
Yeah, right. You didn't. It's like, oh, I want to go see so and so or check
Yeah,
that out, and you
because
didn't
my
have any
thing is
time.
the panel schedule hasn't been announced yet. So if there's like a panel I really want to go see, I don't know
Right.
if I'm gonna schedule something that interferes with that.
Right. Yeah. You don't want to
And I don't
schedule
want to
something then.
schedule
You're
and
like,
then
crap.
have to cancel it or just skip it.
Yeah.
Because I like my rule of thumb, and this is probably something that I would probably tell everybody is assume you're probably skipping or missing one or two appointments that you make.
That's fair.
Just because like like so many things, so many variables occur where you're like, oh, I'm never gonna make it, across the thing, and there's
Hmm.
not gonna be enough time, and then you're just like, well, you send them a message or you shoot them an email or a text or whatever, and you're like, hey, listen,
Yeah.
it's me. I'm not gonna make it. Like,
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
there's no way. I don't want you to hold the spot. Like, let somebody else jump in and check out the game if there's people waiting. Like,
Hmm.
in most cases, most of the time, they'll just message back and be like, "Hey, we're free from this time to this time. Can you make it work?" And I'm like, "Usually, yes." Like that happened to me last East because I completely blanked on an appointment. Like I scheduled it but didn't put it in my schedule. So I just was like, "Cool, I have a half hour to like chill." And then I got a message and was like, "Hey, are you going to be able to come by?" And I was like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Like had no idea. Totally blanked."
Hmm. Yeah.
And I was like, what other appointments do you have available? Like, I'm free this time, this time, this time, this time. And it was like the last appointment that I got to see. And it was that the Expeditions Viking game, which was really awesome. And I'm waiting to see if they're going to be there again because I'd like to go check out that game again. That was really
Hmm.
cool. But like it's one of those things where like it happens, and I think it's different because I'll be honest, I don't always know what the hell I'm doing. Maybe it sounds like I do, and I don't think that it does, but
Hmm.
I get there and I'm just as nervous as kids going up to like say hi to their favorite developers or favorite YouTubers. Like that is totally it is nerve-wracking to go up to a booth full of people and be like, "Hey, I have an appointment to skip this line and play your game and not have to wait." Like I have not quite mastered that skill.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like, well, looks like I shall be like, because sometimes I just sit and wait and just watch, and then I'll be like, hey, I'm here for my appointment, and they're like, oh my god, why didn't you say something? And I'll be like, because I wanted to see this person play the game. I wanted to see how they went through it. I was like, and I also don't want to be like, oh, you just got to play this game, get the fuck out. Like,
Yeah.
I don't like doing that. So like one of the appointments I had at East, it was me and the developer talking for the half hour while some kid in front of me played because they only had one station. While this one kid played the game and the developer was eating pizza because he was like, "Do you care if I eat my lunch?" He's like, "I feel terrible." I was like, "No, no, 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 no. It's PAX. It's a mess. You never have time to sit, let alone eat. Eat your pizza.
Yeah.
I'll watch this kid play the game. Then we'll talk." And it ended up being like one of my favorite interviews because it was just like low key to the max.
Nice.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
And I keep in touch with that developer and that team like a lot, like, and they're like they're kind of like a Curve or a Devolver where like they make games but they also help other people make games. So like I get a lot of info from them about different games that I would have never heard of before. So I was like, it's one of those times where I'm like really glad I took that appointment because a lot of the times you do see these indie games and you're just like, I'm not like, there's nothing about this game that I like. So you're thinking like, why would I, just email and be like, no thanks, sorry. But usually I'm like, there's always like a handful of games that I just go to see, even though I probably won't like them, just to see them. I'll write about them, whatever, talk about them. But it's like there's too much of an uncertainty and an unknown that it might be a great experience. So I usually try to just like take a bunch of different.
To get a more variety than
of
just
stuff, then rather just specifically look for things that I know I'm gonna like,
Yeah, yeah. Because who knows? You could call out something that it's not your jam, but someone else didn't know about, and they're like, "Oh shit, that looks awesome. I'm glad you went and looked at it."
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty good for me.
Mm-hmm.
You were just at a convention though.
Yep. Kansas City Comic Con.
How was that?
It's fun.
You go every year, right?
This was their second year.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It's not too bad. It's like a more low-key, kind of chill convention.
Is it Comic-Con, or is it just they license the name?
It's like, it's more, not a Comic-Con, but it's in that vein of superheroes and all that nonsense, comics. Yeah. Nerdy stuff in general.
Keynote speakers of like okay. Autograph signings.
Yep.
They have the what is it, Artist Alley or something that you call it?
Yep. The vendors and artists, you go check out their stuff, and they had a LARP vendor this year.
LARP,
which is interesting. Live action role playing. Yeah, all that nonsense.
So what's a LARP vendor? Like, what is a live action role play vendor? I don't understand.
Essentially, like, the way he described it, they've got like their own little world, like their own characters, and they make their own weapons, and they actually have like an event where they have vendors come out and they'll cook that style of food, like medieval time food and all that, and the crafts, and they'll have little like jousts and stuff like that. Like it's almost its own little convention, but it's not. Like it's I don't know, like D&D, but real life. Like not just you're sitting at home writing stuff down. You're actually living it. I guess is the way to explain it. Yeah.
You go up, you're like, I'd like a Pepsi. Who doth ask for Pepsi? What is this? What is this elixir that you speak of?
Yeah.
Basically. Yeah. That's one of the hotels at PAX. They do that every year. They like change their drink menu, so it's all like blue potion, green potion, red potion, and then like random mages something or other.
Yeah. Just like straight up theme it for you.
Yeah, exactly.
But you're just like, what is this?
And I'm just like, Captain and Coke, please.
Yeah, they're just like.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit that Captain and Coke. Cool. Uh, yeah, it's fun. The conventions are always really fun, and I think that more
Gaming
people need to.
conventions.
I think more people need to go that have never gone. Like it's
Oh yeah,
it's it's
it's
it's one of those things where like trust me, I get it from the anxiety of like a bazillion people and talking to
it
people
can
you've
be
never
overwhelming.
met, the body odor from the people that don't fucking shower. Pro tip, please shower. Please use deodorant. In fact, use twice as much deodorant as you normally would.
Yes, and if you're gonna hug someone, if you sweat profusely, just don't hug them. Like
High fives.
yeah,
High
like
fives
high
are cool.
five, air five something. I can't count how many people I talked to that weekend that were just like, I'm trying to be nice, but all these people
Are gross.
smell
Yeah.
bad. And you don't want to be mean and not hug them when they go in for hugs. So you're just like, like hover
You
hand
try to
them
do the hug.
almost.
Yeah, I was just about to say you do like the ghost
Yeah.
hug.
Yeah.
Oh man. So
Yeah.
so uh the Ultra Girls were at Kansas City Comic Con. Did you guys have a booth?
Yep.
Nice.
And they had people come up and interview them and talk to some of the other people that were around us,
Yeah.
which everyone were awesome. Like we had people that we knew, and then we had one girl that was new that we got to know and,
Oh,
hung out with
like that
her.
had a booth next to you, you mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep.
They did a panel recently, did they not?
Yeah, they've been doing like a positivity and social media type panel where they just
Hmm.
kind of discuss the positives and negatives of social media and cosplay and
Yep.
how it works and all that.
Yeah.
And
Man,
that's
I don't
always
envy that.
it's
I don't envy being a cosplayer on the internet because I feel like you're not judged on your craft at all. You're judged on how you look.
oh it there's a whole bunch of things that I learn each and every time they do that panel and I'm just like, geez, why? Why are people so petty and
Yep.
crazy? Oof, it's
Infighting and
tough.
all that nonsense.
It really is tough.
Yeah, I mean, and it's crazy too because it's not like you're like getting so unfairly like
Treated.
rated on things that shouldn't matter.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, why is your costume not like accurate to the original? Or then the people who are like,
Mhm.
it's
Yeah.
accurate to the original. How fucking boring. And you're like,
Yeah.
oh,
No.
damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah.
Cool
How
story.
dare I be accurate?
Yeah.
No. Yeah. It's a cutthroat. Man.
It
It's
seems like it's very hard. Like it seems like for cosplay, like we need to get them on the podcast at some point. And I know we've tried like a couple times, but like we need to actually because I'd love to have her like just talk about
oh, she'd
um
love to.
because
She'd
it's just
talk
like
her ears off about it.
I feel like from the cosplay perspective, like and Avery could get on and talk about it too. Um, it just doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of upside to it, right? You're working on these things for hours,
Mhm.
hours on end, spending all your money on them, right? Because like the majority of
Yep.
people who cosplay are not getting paid to go to cons, and
Mm,
then people treat you like
accurate.
shit. Or they
Mm,
like, or
right.
if you're a girl and they're like trying to grab your butt and stuff,
Oh, yeah. The
you
whole,
know,
yeah. That stuff. Yeah.
trying to touch the booty. Um, I just can't imagine that most people really enjoy it. It just seems like there's a lot of
Oh,
miserable people.
oh, she loves it. Like it all depends on who you meet and talk to.
Mm,
Like we met a lot of people that we got to talk to that were a lot more positive and, they like they like coming out to these events because there's specific people they like to see and talk to. Because
right.
it's the ones that you get to sit there and just kind of, you know, shoot the breeze with and really get to see what they're like rather than just, oh, I've seen your picture on the internet.
Mm,
You look awesome. Bye. You know, those are the people I like that come and just sit there and talk to us for a little while. But they're not weird about it. They explain their experiences with cosplay or with the guests, and then, you get to see what they actually like and what they don't like and, who they like and their tastes, and then they get to hear your take on specific things and you kind of you play off each other essentially.
right. symbiotic energy creation,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and I agree. I think that happens at like any con, regardless of why you're there, right? Cosplay or just like, people who don't have like, in real life friends that share the same hobbies. And it's like, then you find all these people that also play video games like you. And you're like, oh my God, there's like nobody that I couldn't talk to in this crowd of 50,000 people.
Yeah, that's the
And like,
thing I love about all these games.
that's like the best part.
Hmm.
So,
It's a more positive place to be in because not everyone's negative at these conventions.
right. Yeah, it's very, very much the very small minority of people who try to ruin things for everybody. But thankfully,
Oh yeah,
PAX specifically. I mean, I've never really been to any other conventions with the exception of I was at E3 for one day and PSX last year.
right.
For the most part, it seems like the staff at PAX is like very, very good at dealing with.
Top notch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like if you go up and you're like, hey, that person just did this thing or like whatever,
They're
they
just
are
on
like
it.
they're just on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Mhm.
So that part's
Yeah,
like super nice.
that's what I like about most staff members. They'll take care of anything,
Yeah.
you have an issue with.
And then like
But some
there's even like for the people who get anxious at the conventions and stuff like what is it, the Take This organization or something? I can't remember what, but they have like they rent, or I don't know if they rent, but like they get like a booth room area and like
oh
every
yeah.
PAX, and they just set it up as like beanbag chairs and a place to just sit and relax. Like if you get
Relax.
overwhelmed, like if all of a sudden it's too much, like they are literally there to be like, hey, it's okay, just come in, hang. And like I'm not the type to coddle people. Like I'm like, hey, fucking deal
No,
with it, all
yeah.
right?
Right,
Like,
no, yeah.
but like
Basically a place
some
for
people
to
can't.
breathe.
And it's just like a place for, and it's nice that there is a place for people to go that maybe get super overwhelmed by it.
Yeah.
And I get that people have mad anxiety, so like that's
Oh,
a good thing.
yeah.
I get anxious, but not like debilitating anxiety. It's just one of those things where I'm just like, this is not fun at the moment, but I'm just gonna ride it out, and it should be fun later. It's usually
Yeah.
like it's super nerve-wracking until I start to see people that I know.
Yeah.
So
That's
like
why I
I
love
was
these
I was at E3 and I was like trying to like text anyone I know, being like, "Hey, are you here? Like, I'd love to see you. Like, hey, blah blah blah." And I was just like super super nervous, right? And so I'm just kind of like walking around like hoping to bump into somebody. And the first person I ended up bumping into was Christine Steimer, who she was on the podcast way back in the day. We talked about Until Dawn, and it was awesome. And I was just like, and it was like she thankfully remembered me, and I was just like, oh, thank God, like somebody I know. Talked to her for like
Right.
I talked to her for like 2 minutes, and then I was like, all right, cool. I met somebody that I know.
Good to go.
I know that there are people here that I know. I just got to go and start bumping into people. And then it was like nonstop because you're walking by a booth and you see a friend that's at a booth, or you see a person you met at another convention, and you're like, oh,
Right.
I'm cool. I'm here. Everybody's here. Everybody knows people. People know people. Everybody's cool.
Nice.
That
Yeah.
part. And like that same thing happens at PAX. It's like, you get to PAX, like, because I'm always traveling alone, so it's like,
Right.
I'm in the airport and I'm like, oh, I see that person's definitely going to PAX,
Yep.
and I'm like, okay,
Right.
cool. Like when I oftentimes when I fly out, it's usually like people from Harmonix that are on my flights
Nice.
because they're in Boston too,
Nice.
and so it's like, all right, cool. Like there's people going to the same thing that I'm going to, and then you get off and you're at the airport, and all of a sudden you start seeing people, and you're like, oh, I'm pretty sure they're going to PAX. So you see people with like, and I think this is dumb, but it's at least a good identity thing because they were walking around with like their old PAX badges around their neck, and you're like, nice, you're going to PAX because that's an old badge. Like, cool,
Right.
I'm in good company. Like when I took the shuttle to the hotel at PAX last year at West rather, Swifter was sitting next to me on the shuttle. And like I
Nice.
didn't know it was Swifter, but I knew who he was. Like I knew he was big in YouTube and Twitch because I'm like, his face is like undeniably recognizable. And I'm like, but what the fuck is his name? And so we were like chatting, and like I had given him a business card, and who knows if he kept it or if he was just being nice. And we were like chatting whatever. He got off at his hotel, and then I got off at mine, and like the guy from DX Racer was on the shuttle, and then some other YouTuber kid who like seemed more reserved because he like didn't really want to talk with, because like the four of us were like, there was like a couple other people on the shuttle too, but like we were all chatting because we're like, this is exciting, like going to PAX, blah blah blah, doing stuff. So I had like that was a really fun time, and it was like that was a cool thing to start the trip with, and so I'm hoping that when I fly out to PAX and I, get Seattle, something like that's going to happen where like I'm going to see somebody I know in the airport or on the shuttle or, right when you get to the hotel. Because like I'm staying, luckily when tickets went on sale.
Staying at a host hotel or like a...
Yeah.
Nice. I love host hotels.
So normally the Sheraton is the place where like all the action happens because that is... the building directly adjacent to the convention hall at West, but the Grand Hyatt... Yeah. But the Grand Hyatt is the hotel on the adjacent corner of the Sheraton, which the Expo Hall is above. Like, the Expo Hall is in the Grand Hyatt's building. So I'm like, cool, I'm in the hotel that actually has the Expo Hall. So I'm across the street from the Sheraton, I'm across the street from the other hotel, and like I'm right at the convention center, so I'm like at the epicenter of where everything's going on.
Yep.
So, and I'm just like super psyched that I was able to get a hotel close by, because when Josh Estevan and I went, it's got to be like 3 years ago now, we were at a hotel that was like a 15-minute walk away. So that part always sucks because people would be like, hey, we're going to go to this place. We'll meet you there. And then you're always like way later than them because they're 2 minutes away and you're, 15 to 20 minutes away.
Yep.
That part sucks. But thankfully Uber is a thing. And as much as I don't like Uber and Lyft, like using them at PAX and stuff is pretty helpful.
That's for sure.
So yeah, go to conventions, people.
Do it. Just do it.
And now to talk about video game related stuff. PlayStation 4 system software 4.0. The newest update for PS4. It doesn't actually say, when does it say that it's coming out?
I thought I had an article.
It'll be back. Oh, including its launch date in the coming week. So they haven't announced it, but I mean, it looks better. I like the changes.
Hope it's faster.
Yeah, Hug is right though. It does look very much like Xbox, where like a lot of everything has been shifted to the left-hand side of your gameplay. New system backgrounds and a revised What's New tab. To smaller changes like updated pop-up notifications and redesigned system icons. Overall look and feel of the UI remains the same. It just has a fresh coat of paint. Quick menu has been changed. Share menu has been changed. The folders is cool, but at this point, like, I don't need to find certain games. So it doesn't matter. Like, I may make, like, an indie games and a disc-based games folder so that it's like, okay, these are the ones I know I need a disc for, and that would be it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Versus, like, things that are just, like, fully installed on the... Or, like, need to reinstall. Like, I just throw that, delete it off console or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do not re-download.
Yeah, exactly. Don't re-download Battlefield 4. Oh, man.
That stopped working for me for some reason.
I haven't tried to play it probably in over a year.
I wouldn't, because it keeps giving me server errors.
Yeah. Like, I guess if I really was feeling the itch, I would just play Hardline. Which I'm probably not going to. So I went back that time and I finished the campaign. That was it. I never finished Battlefield 4's campaign, and I feel like I should just to get the trophies, but I'm also just like, do I care that much? No. Because like that's the only reason I'm going back to beat it is like to get the trophies, and it's like I'm not gonna platinum the game
No.
So does it matter
No,
if I don't have like a few extra trophies?
Right. Yeah. Nah. It'd take too long to platinum the game,
Yeah.
anyways.
So, like, I think a neat folder idea would be like betas. But my thing is once a beta is over and you can't use it
It's
anymore,
gone. Yeah.
like just delete it. Like you don't need to keep
Yeah.
it on your console.
Yeah. No.
It's gonna sit in your library with the reinstall thing anyways. So does it matter that you don't have it physically installed on your?
Exactly. Yeah. It's like I don't need this.
Like the only one I can think of people wanting to make sure they keep would have been PT, and that's it.
Right. Yeah. Which I still have that.
But you've got Death Stranding soon, so
It's true.
we've updated the user profile. The update has even more features that won't be available in the beta, so stay tuned for more info. So wait, is there going to be a beta? Oh,
Yeah.
it rolls out soon for everyone included in the public beta program.
Yeah.
If you were selected, look out for an email. Gotcha.
A side note. Yeah.
It's weird because the MVP program doesn't exist. So I'm like, oh, that's right.
At all, or
Yeah, the PlayStation MVP program.
oh, they finally.
They axed it before E3.
Cool. Good on them. It's kind of pointless, anyways.
Yeah, it's kind of circling. It was kind of circling the drain, as I think many would agree. But there are a group of former MVPs that have. Because I want to give them some recognition. What is it? The Twitter handle is PSMVPS, like PSMVPs. And so basically they're creating their own version of the MVP program. So they've got a website, they've got a Facebook, they've got a Twitch group and stuff, and they do streams and things like that. So they are working on kind of continuing on in the legacy of what the program was supposed to be. So they're good people. Like I met several of them when I was at E3 for the first time, which is always a cool thing. So
right,
they're good. Like they're good people, and so if you were an MVP and you are technically not anymore, feel free to go follow them on Twitter and like start communicating with them and getting involved with what they're doing. But yeah, it's good stuff. And then, because like I'm like, oh, that's right, they would have been beta testing it, or the MVPs would have been beta testing it, because usually that's what happened. But oh well, we got a No Man's Sky patch coming, according to Eddie at GameSpot. This was posted today. Cool. New patch for the ambitious space game No Man's Sky is on the way. It's going to make some people very happy, whatever that means. Sean Murray tweeted it. It says the patch is being tested, but he didn't say what it does or adds. So I'm curious. Only because like the I don't know if they've fixed this, but like the multiplayer stuff hasn't been online yet.
Last I remember seeing, they said they got it. They got that figured out, I think.
Oh, okay, cool.
Or they're close to it, at least, if not up.
Also, it finally happened. Private matches in Destiny.
Ooh.
So they just announced it on their Gamescom live stream. The launch of Rise of Iron will herald the arrival of private matches to Destiny.
Yes. About time.
So you can finally make your own matches. Oh my god, that's the hype. Literally,
that's what we wanted since day one.
You didn't hear it here first because this was tweeted beforehand.
We'll just pretend we said it first. That's awesome. I cannot wait for that. I need to play more Destiny, which is contrast to what I used to say. Like, I'm done with Destiny.
Right. I just think it'll be fun because being able to play against friends, and like now I can challenge Triple Rec. Now I
Have
can
fun
be
with
like,
that.
"Yo, bitch, put your money where your mouth is."
Sick gun,
Oh, talking all that shit.
sick gun skill.
Yeah, Chloe with the sick gun skill and the hell is that game called? Life is Strange.
That's strange, yeah.
Um, but yeah, so that's cool. A random thing that I happen to just see on
Super
Twitter.
excited about that.
But
What was it? THQ's somewhat back. I don't know if you know about that.
wait, say that again.
THQ. They've
Oh
been
yeah, yeah, yeah. Now
the
it's
game has rebranded as THQ Nordic.
yeah, because Nordic Games had bought them, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
So now THQ is somewhat back.
yeah. I mean, kind of seems too little, too late. But
Yeah,
my thing
but
is
I
like,
mean,
my thing is maybe Nordic is doing it just because having the name THQ is a good thing. But I mean, in terms of like the perception versus reality type of thing, where like, oh, THQ is still making games when it's not really THQ. It's probably
THQ.
just Nordic, and like
Yeah,
whoever like moved from THQ to Nordic or whatever.
right.
Um,
So a lot of the teams moved to like 2K and uh what was that other? I think Deep Silver or something like
yeah,
that. So that should be interesting. See what they come out with, or if they finish any projects, or
yeah.
you
Like
know,
that's my thing. I always wonder if they're going to bring back old games or just they're just rebranding for the sake of rebranding the name.
rebranding name. Yeah, that way
Could
people
be
can think,
six
oh,
of
hey,
one.
THQ's back, but it's
Exactly.
not.
But it's not.
It's
Yeah,
not.
is it really or is it not? I mean, you know what I haven't played in a while? Rocket League.
I don't even think I have it installed anymore.
You fucked up.
Yeah, that's my life.
My thing with Rocket League is it's just a game that's really easy to pick up, so I'm always happy that I can just like jump
No,
into an
yeah,
online match and be like, whatevs. Which is
right.
again one of the perks of Destiny in a way that like Call of Duty is a game you can always just jump online and play, you know?
It's true.
So I'm just like, well, cool. Like I can always just play this game and I'm always going to be able to get into a match.
Hmm.
Um, Halo 5 is probably the same way still, but I haven't really turned the Xbox on in ages. I probably should.
Popped on Red Dead and like Rainbow Six Vegas 2 and stuff like that, but I haven't had a need to
To get in
really.
on it.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, that's my thing. Like I'm kind of in like a weird, not a funk. It's just been like I've been so busy
Hmm.
with work. Because so remember the whole like, oh, it's part-time and we're going to give you like some extra hours.
Right.
Basically
You
been
might as
working.
well basically be full time or
Yep, yeah, I worked 41 hours last week.
okay.
Yeah. And I'm still working like nearly 40 hours this week, which is fine.
No, yeah, that's more money.
Cause that money in my pocket, that walking around money, as they say.
Walking around money for packs, yo.
The problem is that like then I get home at random hours and I'm just like, oh,
Yo,
do I want to turn on the Xbox and deal with
you do.
updates? No. So it's like you just go to PS4 because it's what's there and you play the games you can just jump in and get like a match
Yep.
going. So it's like
Yeah.
usually that's Destiny or
Uh,
Uncharted
Char-
or whatever else, but I don't know, man.
yeah.
It's hard to sit down and play games that are new because I'm just like, I don't have I have such a small amount of time to really sit and play games. So I'm like,
Mhm.
let me play something that's the same that I
Simple.
know that I can enjoy ish. But then I'm like, that seems like a really cheap way to use my time. So like I'm
Fair.
trying to force myself to play some of the different things that I've gotten this
Mm.
year and just like kind of be like, "Oh, hey, I have this Steam game. I should really check it out." And then, create some
Yeah,
content.
yeah, exactly.
But
It's kind of need to.
expand the horizons, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
I finished Lifeless Planet though.
Nice. How was
So
that?
it was more or less what I expected it to be at the end of the game, but it was still fun to go through it.
Fair.
I'm not gonna spoil the ending, but
No. Yeah.
if you're playing Lifeless Planet or you're at all interested in playing Lifeless Planet,
Mm-hmm.
there probably will come a point in the game where you kind of know what's gonna happen just because of the way that
Mm-hmm.
the game delivers some information to you, which is
Mm-hmm.
it's not good or bad. It's just kind of, for me at least, it became very obvious what was most likely going to happen, and
I see. I
so
see.
it made the ending of the game a little underwhelming. But I still
Mm-hmm.
think that what the game did in terms of an experience was really good, because it is like the Swapper where it's kind of just like weird, and then there's this like somewhat ominous stuff, but
Yeah.
not quite.
Still, yeah. You're led to believe, but
Exactly.
you still feeling, yeah.
So that was really cool.
Noise.
So that said, I enjoyed Lifeless Planet. I'm also playing this game on Steam called Mimpy Dreams, and you're basically like this little dog that's kind of like a superhero dog, but not really.
Huh.
And it's kind of like side-scrolling platformer meets point-and-click adventure, because like you can't use a controller, or at least doesn't seem to work with mine. So like you have to use the keyboard and mouse, but there's certain things you have to like click on to interact with them.
Mhm.
And it's fun. Like it's kind of like a little cutesy game. And I didn't know, but they made like dolls and T-shirts of the character, and I was like,
Huh.
I need that plush doll, and they're all sold out. Like they've been sold out forever, and I'm just like,
Ooh, damn it.
yeah. I still have to get the Ghost plush, the Destiny Ghost. I want one of those real bad.
Yeah.
I also want a couple of the Destiny T-shirts, but I'm getting super frustrating with the fact that they're not in stock.
Uh,
Can you please print
we
some
got
damn shirts,
I
Bungie?
say if there's anyone from Bungie there, like, yo, we need to talk about t-shirts.
Yeah, like, and I kind of like my thing was is I was hoping to wear it during the panel,
Mhm.
because it'd be cool to wear a Destiny shirt at a panel about Destiny, and I have this strange feeling that everyone else might be wearing Destiny shirts, and I'm gonna be like,
Right?
well, filthy casual, what up, bitches? Like,
Right?
um,
Repping crew.
yo, like, hey, Mike, I need another. No, I got filthy casual shirts. I'll wear it's purple, so I'll wear that one. Be like, yo, I got my purple shirt. Stormcaller, bitch. Shadow Shot, what up? Uh,
Motherfucker.
but I am frustrated because I was like, I'm all excited too, because I'm like, oh my god, I have a job, I have some walking around money, I want to throw my walking around money at Bungie, and they're like, nah, B, we ain't about that life. We don't have those shirts you want.
Right?
Like
We don't need your money.
effectively, if you go through Bungie's store, they have no medium shirts in stock, like of any style.
So they just discontinued medium.
Yeah, like they're just like no more mediums, small or large. That's it.
Y'all motherfuckers need to get fat.
Yeah. Because like there's like 7 different things that I would buy, and they're all out in medium. And so
Ah.
I even did the thing where it's like, email me when available.
Mhm.
Nothing.
Ah.
So they're not available. And I'm just like, can you just please? Come on, man. I want to buy
Yeah.
a shirt.
Look,
And I don't often wear shirts that have stuff on them, and like I'm legitimately want to buy a shirt, and it's like, nah,
right?
sorry, we're out of stock.
This is a big thing.
Yeah, it's like a big deal for me. They also have these sick figures of like the different like they have a warlock and they have a hunter that has an icebreaker. It's like
I've seen that
it's like
Hunter.
$200. I don't want to
Yeah.
buy one. I just think they're really cool.
They just look cool, yeah.
Yeah. But
Exactly.
yeah, the Night Stalker t-shirt, they've got extra small in stock. Medium sold out.
Take it in and have it.
Large sold out. XL
Jeez.
sold out. Oh, 2XL in stock. Small sold out. Extra small. So I can get an extra small. You know, I'm sure that'll fit.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking tickets to the gun show for free. Just Hulk out. It's like, I'm sorry, I don't want the Oshkosh version of the Bungie T-shirt.
Right? Like, can we not?
Yeah, but I do kind of want the Ghost plush because I think it's cool. But
right,
no dice.
Yep.
Does not actually float or light up. It's a plush. Well, that's kind of unfortunate.
So I don't want it now.
I'll just paint some glow in the dark paint on the
right
center of it and be like, "Yo, it lights up now."
Bitch. Gotcha.
So that's that, I guess. Are we good? Is that it? Is that everything?
I think we're good.
Cool. So if you're interested, @SoAfterISaid is my Twitter. I will be tweeting a lot about PAX, and you can also do the DGCast, the just regular Twitter for the podcast. I'll try to tweet there, but what's going to end up happening is I'm going to be like, oh, switching between my Twitter accounts is so difficult. Except now I have no excuse because I have a phone that's fast and can actually do it.
Right.
So I will try, and it takes awesome pictures now, so I will try to be like, yo, here's some cool pictures on our podcast account. But either way, youtube.com/c/thedgcast. I've been posting the podcasts there. I swear one of these days I will sit down and record some videos and schedule them out to post. Because there are some games I want to show off, but in due time.
Busy.
Twitch.tv/DGCastTV. I haven't streamed in a couple days, but I'll probably be streaming maybe tonight since I'm off work. Might as well. And then I'm trying to think if there's anything else going on. Not sure. But maybe either way. Yeah, cool. This is episode 7. Fucking what a mess. This is episode 74 of the Disconnected Gamers podcast. Hopefully, I'll see you at PAX because I don't know if we'll record another episode right before PAX.
Oh yeah.
But with that, follow us on the social medias. Do the things with the things and the connectivity and the interwebs. And we will catch you
The